How's it going, folks? So, the other day, the last video, we built a little bit of the plant. I have since been having a little bit of a dig, because I think this is going to be a long, long way down. And I've come across, not an issue, but obviously I'm new to mining. So I've just been digging a big hole where all the coal is and getting in here. But my concern is, this is getting deeper and deeper and deeper, right? So I need to find an actual decent way to get in here, because what we're doing at the minute is okay, don't get me wrong, but it would be nice if I could actually get the rock truck in here so it's easier to load the rock truck up, because there's a lot of wasted time in me going backwards and forwards with the front loader to fill it up. I'm watching other people play the game and they do this whole bench system, which would see me getting the excavator, sort of starting near the front side. I'll just get out and show you guys what I mean. So it'd mean me starting somewhere around here, I feel like. So I part the excavator up here and dig this side out, so that this side is always the lowest side and the excavator is on a higher platform as we go, kind of like it is back here actually. So the excavator would be parked up here, bump, but digging out this side, and then you move the excavator back, dig in front of it, back, dig in front of it, etc. But that's cool, and I got no issues in doing that, other than obviously I don't know how deep it's going to go. So that would see me digging further and further out here, just so that we've got a slope to go in. Because, well, if this goes really far down, like really far down into the ground, I've obviously got to get myself out, which will see me needing to slope, make some sort of ramp or road or something out of here. And say the coal seam is, say it's like here, comes this far forwards. It's a long way. I've got to make a ramp if that goes like, you know, a few hundred meters down, which could see me digging halfway down this hill. I could be got down here, maybe even further, you never know, just to get in. So I have no idea personally how to make that work, but I also feel I might need to open this up just a little bit wider, because I mean I'm only kind of just digging out where the coal was, and it's almost at a push it's 3 vehicles wide, 2.5, 3 vehicles wide, and I don't know, I just feel that it could be better just to get in and turn around kind of thing. I don't know, but that's what I was looking at. The plant running system is an interesting one as well. I've noticed a lot of people have been doing it this way. That obviously you can go in, and I'll show you with this load that we've got in here. So you're not actually running everything constantly, so you're not losing a ridiculous amount of money. Ooh. So, come on. Here we go. So, what I'm trying to say is, back this bad boy out and back it up. My trees keep coming back no matter what I do as well. That's a little bit confusing, but early game, I'm not too stressed about it. They don't block me, so it's okay. But what I'm saying over here is, the conveyor belt system runs constantly regardless. There's no way that we can stop that conveyor belt system from running. So we're always going to pay some sort of daily for the conveyor belt system running. And what I'm thinking I'm experiencing is, the conveyor belt system charge is different depending on how much ore you run. But this, I don't turn this on every day, all day, every day. I don't have it constantly running. I'll back up a few loads and we'll throw them into the pit. And what happens is this sort of, at the minute anyway, it fills up the sorter. So all this kind of just chugs its way over to the sorter. And then it just kind of loads up the sorter, so that when I do eventually turn the sorter on, it can just keep processing and processing and processing, and it'll keep doing so until it's run out, and then I have to turn it off again. The reason being, obviously, like I said, I've been doing this kind of off stream just to dig a big hole. I had this running constantly for a day, and I wasn't digging much ore out. I was getting a lot of the pay dirt, and it actually cost me more to run this whole conveyor belt system. It cost me more to run this in one day than I actually made. So then I tried it another way and just kind of unpacked it all and just let it all trundle into it. And when it was pretty full, like now if I turn it on, it'll have a, you know, there you go, 600% capacity. It goes up a lot. So when it's up to a substantial amount, then switch on and just let it run through. And then, you know, it's only about 4 grand to empty a couple of 1,000 tons, but it makes me a lot more money. Also, I took some Dramonite stuff and had a little bit of fun with the explosions. So you may remember it was gathering here and it was causing me issues here. So what I did is I just stuck a stick of dynamite somewhere down here on the corner and kaboomed it. Not dynamite, sorry, Dramite. And kaboomed it. And since I've lowered the soil level, the soil dropping out of here doesn't seem to stick to anything. Same with this, really. So I was having issues with the dirt coming through in the middle. So I placed, I mean, there's still a bit there, look in the middle. But I placed a couple of sticks of Dramite on the top where it was sticking through and it wouldn't go, and I just blowed it up and it has took it down. It's got rid of it. The only problem it has left me with is now I've got a lip here, but being as I'm tipping over in the hopper, that lip doesn't matter. I did want to sort of bulldoze a bit of soil over here so it was more of a ramp, but I also had to give this a little bit more of a blast around just to free it up a little bit. We're still hitting, when I chucked a lot of soil in, the soil just kind of rebound onto the earth. So I just kind of took another step and just blew it a little bit wider. And so far, so good. Touch wood. Touch of wood. There hasn't been any more rebinding dirt in the hopper. So I think at the moment we've got it sorted. Plans though, I do either want to buy an excavator that has attachments to it, because I'm questioning whether getting a drill will be beneficial for us, or at the minute I can't afford it, would be to get a bulldozer and just kind of square things up a little bit and just see what sort of flattening / road / rampy system we can achieve going into here. At the minute it's okay running it with the bucket, but obviously this is going to get deeper and deeper and deeper. It's going to get steeper and steeper, so we need to kind of look a way to smooth it out. I did change my loader over as well. So I had the one with the flat teeth. Well, the flat teeth. I had the one with the flat edge on the bucket. I swapped it out for the one with the tooth edge. And I don't know if it makes a difference. I think it might. I don't honestly know. Placebo-y, maybe. But it has started to seem to make a difference when I've been going in to try and scoop up a load worth using the loader. So I kind of stuck with it, went with it. Job's a good one. One thing I do want to get the dozer for in here is kind of flatten it out, because if I want to get close to this left hand side especially, because it's not so level, we start to twist. So you see the kind of angle that we're going in at. We're not flat, we're on the wonk, and when we start to dig, that wonk is emphasized and I end up kind of digging sideways into the ground, and it kind of rolls us a little bit. So I'm thinking if I can get a dozer in, hopefully level things out a little bit more so that it's not so twisty, because I know that the dozer has a bucket that we can kind of turn and shape. But honestly, we've been doing okay. We've not took out a single loan since what we repaid it, whenever we repaid it, 2 videos ago, 1 video ago, and we're doing okay. It's a little bit frustrating because obviously when we had the loan we had a little bit of cash, so I was able to swap out machinery whenever I wanted, sort of thing. I was able to have at least 2 digging pieces of equipment at the same time, whether that be a loader and a dozer or an excavator and a loader or whatever. But this way round, I mean, using a front end loader to fill up the rock truck is by far the best way. But in terms of digging the hole and getting the hole right, the loader's, it's okay, it does what you need it to do, but obviously you haven't got that fine tuning, or at least I don't have the skill to have that fine tuning anyway. Whereas with like an excavator, you can get the bucket in smaller places and square things up a little bit easier, because obviously the arm and that of the excavator does a lot of the movement, whereas with the front end loader it's on the wheels, so you start going wonky, it's tough luck. I just thought I'd catch you guys up, just have a little bit of a dig. I'll shut up, we'll probably time lapse this a little bit quick, won't bother with the time lapse camera, you'll have to put up with me making some dodgy digging there, but yeah, it should be okay. I'm not going to keep too long. I want to keep the video nice and sweet. Oh yeah, so the dirt update at the time of recording is being announced as hopefully coming this week. I'm a little bit apprehensive. I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong. I am definitely excited for the new soil update, but I'm a little bit apprehensive because we just don't know what it's going to do to all of this. It'll be risky, because the way that everything, all the dirt and everything behaves is going to change. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit more realistic, so it won't necessarily be these great big boulders. Nobody really knows other than the dev himself, and I guess you can't really know how it's going to affect these games that we've already got running. So it might end up breaking the whole game, because it will be new, if you like, quote unquote new. But we'll just have to take it from when it happens, really, and see what happens when it drops, see what it does. Hopefully we can use existing saves so that we can carry on with this. But if not, if that's not something that we can do, if it does sort of change how dirt behaves that much that we have to start new saves, then I guess we'll address that when it happens, or if it happens. But right now we've been very lucky that any tweaks that he has made to the game have not impacted our existing saves, which I think a lot of us are very thankful for. Because it's a game that you spend a lot of hours, you know. You spend a lot of hours basically digging a hole, which for some people is like boring. Why would you do that? But I gotta say, I quite enjoy it at the minute. I don't know if it's just because it's quite peaceful and it doesn't take too much thought as such, but yeah, it's a nice chilled way to just wind out an evening after you've been work or school or something. Dig some hole and yeah, get all the goodies out of it, get some funds, buy an excavator, dig another hole, get stuck, go sideways. But yeah, so this is what I was saying. See how I'm going in kind of at an angle? Get the dozer and hopefully square that off a bit and help me out a little bit, but we will see. The dozers are expensive. They're sort of high 4s, low 5s is the cheapest, and obviously we're not there yet, so we're going to need a few, probably 10-20 trucks loads before we get anywhere close to that. But we'll see what happens. It's the only thing we can do. But for now, I'm just going to shut up. I'm just carry on digging. I'm going to let you guys watch. So talk to you in a little sec. having an awful lot of joy at the moment. One, with the camera bouncing around everywhere as it's following me, but two, digging this stuff out. As you've noticed, the bucket loads that we've been getting the last couple of times have been really, really poor. I don't really know what's going on there. Tilting the bucket all over the place, but we're just not seeming to collect anything. So I think what I'm going to do is just dunk this in here. And I'm going to take a run back to HQ. I'm going to pick up some sort of explosives. Just see if we can't loosen things up a bit. I'm still not entirely sure if it makes a difference, if that is something that is a mechanic in this game. But obviously, explosives are here for some reason, but I think they... Well, I don't know if they work on all types of rock and ore, or if it's just literally like the bedrock stuff, the solid rock stuff. But we'll go see what happens anyway. Just take a run up, not too far away. We'll get a couple. I don't want too much, just want to blow stuff up just to loosen it up a bit. I think we've still got the plunger. Yeah, we still got the plunger, so that's good. So we'll just go in, we'll get some of this stuff. Info. But I think, I can't remember, I'm going to take a bit of everything. Because in the Discord, the dev was sort of saying how the different explosives offer different things. So you get your own explosive, you're gonna potentially not really do an awful lot. So it was like certain explosive was to take away the green grass, and then the next one was to take away sort of like the topsoily stuff, or whatever the hell people are calling it. I don't know. I'm not a miner. But yeah, I just want to loosen things up a bit, really. Just try and see if we can help our struggles. We might as well put everything down in one go, haven't we? There's no reason not to. I know this stuff does different size blasts, which it's not a really big problem, to be fair, because it should all just kind of fall in here one way or another. Get me detonator. And of course we've got the crosshair now, so it lets us see where we're exploding. Now to me, that just looked like it removed a bit, or didn't do anything. So I don't really know what happened there, because this has changed. Kind of pattern, I think, has it? Oh, I don't know. Let's go get the front end loader and just dig it out. Be the easiest way. I'm not smart enough to see any changes like that. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I'm still unsure on how to, or happy to take some feedback on how to shape this thing so that I can get in it. And if it means I've got to make it wider, then I'll just have to make it wider, I guess. So, does any of this feel easier to dig? Maybe a bit. Not overly. And now we've rolled. Come on, stay. Ah, there's a biggie. Big problem. I don't know if I can get out of here, actually. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I have a lot of will, so there must be a big way. I did have my ore lock on, but it seems like that didn't matter, as it's just thrown it all out everywhere. So we might as well just try and go in for a little bit more of a subtle scoot. Just kind of brush everything around and try to kind of even it out to some degree, just so that I can get some sort of big buckets out of this. But I will say, I think I've noticed since one of the updates, I don't know which one it is, I think stuff fits in the bucket and stays in the bucket a bit better without the ore lock being on. I don't know if that's something that he's tweaked, or if it's just something that's, I don't know, is what it is. But at the same time, I don't know how much it matters either if the soil's getting changed up a bit. So it's just when I noticed after doing a lot of digging, was like I was forgetting to put the ore lock on, and especially in the front end loader, the ores and the dirt and stuff was staying in a lot better than it used to way back when. So might be just nothing, might be something. Who really knows? Come on, shake it out. There we go. Yes, an appalling bucket loads coming out of this at the minute. Let's square the wall out a bit. I also find, see this, it doesn't really want to push back into the bucket. Kind of hovers away from it a little bit. Just little things I've noticed, the more I've been digging, the more kind of notice these little bits, I guess. But like I say, with the soil change imminently, it's not too much to worry about at the moment. Let's get out of here. Anyway, my lovely people, I won't keep you too long. I just wanted to give you a little update, see what the happy hap is. So at the minute, like I say, we're just trying to earn enough money so that we can buy a third piece of machinery, and as for what it is, well, we'll see what happens at the end. But yep, holes getting deeper, running costs are interesting, so we've got to keep the plant switched off until we are proper full, and we'll just see where we get to. But we're doing well, we're doing okay, like we're in profit at least, so things are in the right direction so far. I'll talk to you again next time when hopefully, fingers crossed, we might have different soil. If we've not, don't worry about it. See you guys in a bit anyway. Bye.